What's going on, everybody? David here. Today I'm going to show you how to get the correct white balance in Lightroom. Very simple. So I have an image here that I took and I shot it raw in a raw format. So I have the most flexibility when it comes to white balance, and that's very important. If you shoot JPEG, you're going to have less flexibility when it comes to altering the white balance. So it's a nice picture here. We have breakfast, and let me just show you. When it comes to food, you really want to get that white balance spot on, because we know what food looks like, and if the white balance is off just a little bit, it really throws off the picture. So you see in this, it looks kind of dull. It doesn't look appetizing. So let's work on the white balance here. So there are a couple of different ways, actually a few different ways that you can work on the white balance. The first thing is you can grab this picker here. So this selector, if you grab this and you move it over your image, you see in the top left corner there, you see it changing, and it's basically looking for white. And if it finds white, that's you're pretty close to where you want to be. Sometimes you might have it a little off, and like if you see you go over the bread, then it's thinking that's white, so it's gonna adjust everything to that color. So you want to find the whitest area of your picture. So if I put that on the plate right there, just click on that. Okay, now it looks better. It looks more appetizing. It's not as cold looking. So that's a good white balance there. So let's go ahead and reset. Or actually, let's just move back one. So we move back one, we're back to the same color. Now another way that I can do this is if I click on, you see the numbers here, if I click on this, this is Kelvin. So this is the Kelvin numbers here. Now I can adjust, let's say I put it to 5200 Kelvin. Okay, so that's close to daylight there. I might want to add a little bit, and then there's some down here. You can really adjust it, fine tune it exactly the way you want. Let's say, you know, it looks a little too green to me. Let me drag this over just a little bit. And then, okay, so that looks pretty good. So you can do it manually like that. The other way, let's move back a couple stops here to get back to that same picture. So we're back to the same picture. The other way is to click on here. Now when it comes out, it's going to be as shot, and as shot, I shot it in the correct white balance, so this is the way it looks as shot. But let's say I wanted to change it to a different look. I don't want to do custom. I just, you know what, I know it was daylight, so why don't I just click on daylight? If I click on daylight, this is the picture. Now that changed very slightly, okay, because in camera I got a pretty spot on white balance. Now if I go to cloudy, it's going to change a little bit, make it a little warmer. If I go to shade, that's going to change a little, make it even a little warmer. So you see it changing just ever so slightly. Now if I go to different, let's see, tungsten, fluorescent, or flash, it's going to change. Flash should probably be about the same because flash is daylight. Let's see what it does. Okay, it dropped it down just a little bit. Now if I go to tungsten, we're going to see a whole different change. See that? So that's tungsten light. So totally off white balance. So that's the situation where if you have your camera set to tungsten for whatever reason and you take a picture, and that's what you're going to get. So it doesn't look right. Fluorescent. Okay, fluorescent looks pretty close. And in this situation, it looks close in the sense that it's not really far off, but it's still not the right white balance. You can tell. So you can see the difference there. There's daylight there. All right, so it's important, especially if you're shooting in rooms where you have different light sources going on. You have the outside light coming in, and then you have tungsten light on the inside. You really need to figure out where you want to take the shot, and if you have mixed light, sometimes it's really going to be noticeable. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Please subscribe for more, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.